Hey everybody, and welcome back to Angel Straps. Today I'm doing a 6-month review of my Bulova Lunar Pilot. I plan to just give you a bit of a background as to how I came to get this piece, an overview of the specs, the things I like, the things I don't like, and then some closing thoughts. So before I get into it, just if you like what I'm doing and you want to see more, just like and subscribe. I've been really enjoying the comments, so I'll see you in the comments after this. Okay, so the Bulova Lunar Pilot, I got this actually a great deal. I'd been looking for a while at the Mega Speedmaster. I like the story. Looks like a cool watch. Obviously quite expensive, a luxury piece. I hadn't really had a chrono before, chronograph that is, so I was looking at alternatives. This came up, which is I think one of the cheapest of the space watches. I know there's like Fortis out there, which is also quite expensive. So anyway, I looked at this and I thought, okay, great. Anyway, I was walking through Debenhams one day in the UK, and I could see, sometimes they have like watch brands like this, like Bulova or Citizen or whatnot, and sometimes they have really heavy discounts. And this one was, I think, 60% off. So I ended up getting it for like £240 or something like that. I think retail was like 500. So I saw it, was like, okay, I'll take that. Jumped on it, and then it came with the steel bracelet, which I had them resize for me, but to be honest, I keep it on my. This is one of the prototype Angel straps of the. I'm calling it Space Grey. Not available yet, but anyway, yeah, really awesome deal, and I, we just wanted to get to know one of these kind of watches. It's a pretty decent size watch, as we can go into the specs later. So I wasn't sure how it's going to look on my wrist and how much I'd wear it. So. Turns out that I do wear it occasionally. I do enjoy the look of it, and it's also it's a mecha quartz, which we go into a bit later, which I've actually found really convenient. So yeah, great look and feel, and yeah, let's get into the specs just before we can go a little bit further. So just get my run sheet here. So as I said, it's 40. It's a big one, 45 across. I have a 7-inch wrist, and I kind of, it fits quite well. I don't have an issue with it. So maybe if you had a little bit smaller wrist, it might be a bit of an issue, but I'm sure you're aware of that by now. It's also a little bit tall. It's 14 mil high. You can see that really thick sapphire crystal there on the top. I don't know if it's focused, but I don't notice it. But it's not a watch I wear with a cuff. Maybe some people think 14 is too high, but there are plenty that are bigger than that going around. As I said, huge sapphire crystal. I really like it. At first, I was sits a bit high, but. No, it works really well. It's so, you can barely see it when you look at it straight on like that, and it's showing up on the camera. But what else have we got? It's got a mecha quartz movement, so you can see in the middle subdial there, it's tick, 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 tick. So that I've found is not really noticeable for me. The sweep that you get with an automatic versus that tiny subdial, I don't really find it an issue. I believe it's an internal mecha quartz. I'll add the comment on that one if I figure it out. Obviously, we've got the chronograph function. You can see here. You can see the subdial doing the microseconds and the top one speeding, which I think is awesome. Just tracing along the tachometer there. Stop, freezes, and then all the way back around, which I like. It's 50 meters water resistant, so I mean, I've got it on silicone, but I mean, you're not going to be bringing it into the water, let's be honest. It's a space watch. Okay, it's a 20mm lug width there, and yeah, you can see the case back, signed crown, 2 pushes, unique styling. Anyway, we can touch on that with the things I like and things I don't like. Okay, so things that I like. The case back. Look at that. That is cool. That is really cool. I love the Bulova symbol, the tuning fork there. And also this record that it is a genuine space watch. It was used, this military, or not military, like NASA, like figures there. I think that's really cool. And it also just feels really solid. You can see it's sort of embossed a bit there. So it helps with the story, I guess, and it's cool to take off and show people, which I've enjoyed. The chronograph, as I said earlier, I really enjoy the split seconds. I like how crazily that moves around at the start. Now, I think it only goes for 30 seconds, and then it stops, and then well, maybe it's a minute, and then that dial stops for the microseconds. So, I don't know. I think this is a really nice chronograph movement. I like, obviously, the black and white hands and that craziness on the on the sub dial. Yeah, so there you go, 30 seconds, nice and clean. And then, as I said, look at that. See, it comes back to the position as you need. I think that's a battery conservation thing. And then I really like the big sweep back rather than the flyback. I think it's just, I don't know, more of a showpiece, if that's what you're looking for. Also, the sapphire crystal, as I said, it's 45. It's so thick, and I imagine that's got something to do with pressure and being in space. But yeah, I thought that I might not. I think initially I was like, I'm not sure how much I like that protruding on the top, but it's actually really grown on me after well, like these 6 months. Maybe be a little bit longer now. Yeah, so it's actually a really big advantage. It's so clear from the side. It just adds a little bit of interest. So it's interesting piece, and I put that on one of the things I like, the sapphire crystal. And then, yeah, as I sort of said, the chronograph itself with the small seconds is, I don't know, Mecha Quartz at the start I was a bit not interested in this. But then now I think I'd get a Mecha Quartz with the small seconds any day of the week. Like, it's not something that bothers me at all. Like, it's barely noticeable here. It's got me thinking about Mecha Quartz for two-handers, maybe two-handed dress watch, because it is quite nice not to have to set it. It's just, you know, you've got like all of your automatics, and then you've got your quartz watches and your digitals or whatever. There is something nice just to grab a watch and not have to go through the ritual. I know there's something nice about the ritual as well, but I kind of like that for my more special pieces. This is really, really functional. Okay, but it's not all good. So things I don't like. So the lugs. Look at those lugs. Look at the curve on that, and sharp. So these things actually dig in quite a lot. And now, I don't know, I don't really feel it. So here, it's sort of, when it comes down to my wrist, it's not an issue for me, because it sits a little bit higher because of the base here. But I'm sure some people, if you do too tight, that will be an issue, because it actually is quite, jagged's the wrong word, but it's very pronounced and pointy. So be mindful of that if you have issues with your lugs on your wrists. Secondly, also in the lug area, the space between the see here, the space between where the pins fit between the lugs and the case itself. In here, some watches carve that out so there's no rubbing. This doesn't. It actually protrudes quite a bit, and where the pins are, they're actually quite close. So I mean, if the pinholes were further towards the end of the lug, I mean the they're quite long. They could accommodate it. Then you wouldn't get any rubbing between the strap and the edge there. So, I mean, this is silicone, so you can't really. It's not really an issue. But I did have it on my leather strap, and it was wearing my leather strap down. Actually, I don't know. You probably all encountered it, but it started to wear my leather strap down so badly I thought it might do damage to the leather strap, so I had to take it off. And it's been on the silicone ever since, which I've actually like. It's a bit of a differentiator actually. You see a lot on the is it the black leather with that sort of matte finishing that it comes with, and also on the silver bracelet. But I like it on this, so that solved the problem for me. Also, nitpicking here, but this sort of bead blasting around the side for the finish here, they say it's like surgical grade steel, and I guess it is kind of spacey, but yeah, I don't know. Like, some days I like it, some days I don't like it. It's, I don't know, I'm used to seeing the pure steel, like the polished steel. This kind of makes it distinctive, but for me, it's just one of those things. I thought I'd bring it up. It really contrasts with the crown though, which is actually shiny. So, yeah, it might be one of those things that you notice too. Okay, so in summary, I like it. Every time I wear it, I feel good when I look down my wrist on it. Obviously, it's one of those pick up and go pieces, which is great. I've had a few comments on it, and that means you get to take it off and hand it over, and there's the case back and the story, which is quite nice. Yeah, so it's not going anywhere in my collection. The only thing that would drive it out would be if I got the Speedy, which I'm really considering for my next major purchase, but this is doing the job just fine, to be honest. And for the amount of time that I wear it, I don't know if I'd get the value out of the Speedy. And I don't know if you've noticed from my videos now, I'm trying to get the most value as I can out of my purchases. So, yeah, we will see. I think I may have scratched that itch already. Alright, well that's it. I hope you enjoyed. I'll get this up online and hopefully put a few more out. So thanks for your time, and I'll speak to you in the comments. Thanks.